What's up, guys? Welcome back to the garage. So as you guys remember, last video I got the car started. At that point the car was on data, but I do have a great big news, actually huge news. I upgraded the car to AM Infinity and I couldn't be happier. Was able to get it dynoed. I got, I think, 1 or 2 shots of that, but the problem was that my tuner Rob wasn't able to fit in the Buddy Club P1 racing seat that I have, mostly due to how short I am. So I had to remain, I had to do all the rest of the dyno pull. So that was a nice experience. Wasn't ready for all that. I thought I was just gonna take some still shots of the car on the dyno like I did last time. That didn't go as expected, but the car did make a nice amount of power, and I'll be showing you guys a snippet of that later on in the video. So our buddies at K-Tuned went ahead and figured, hey, let's hook him up with a nice little care package. Big shout out to Sean over there at K-Tune for this. The older setup of the coolant housing of the car essentially got right in front of the turbo. Essentially what was happening is when you would look at the coolant housing, this coolant housing, which I've already took the freedom of removing, was right in front of the turbo. And it works. I mean, amazing product. It doesn't really clear very well when it comes to sidewinders. So I went ahead and off camera took everything out, went ahead and got the coolant out, drained everything out, and took this K-Tuned coolant neck housing off. And K-Tuned, right there, hooked us up with some nice goodies. So first off, I ordered their old cap cover. Amazing, looks very nice. And I also got their black dipstick. I think this is version 2 with the retaining spring kit. So this is pretty cool. So it makes sure that it doesn't pop out. Now, I also got the K-Tuned B series to K series throttle body TPS sensor, just in case my K series TPS sensor takes a poop. I'll have this ready to go so I can put a B series TPS on there. And I also got the coolant temp sensor that goes right into our new coolant neck. So without further ado, let's do this nice, fun, and exciting unboxing and show you guys what we've got here from K-Tuned. Get rid of some of this paper here, and we have our new coolant neck setup. So this is slightly different than the old one, and the reason why I say that is because it's got a built-in coolant neck. So instead of going back and towards the turbo like the other one was, this is going to sit nice and flush, and it'll be away from the turbo. So there's that. And I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this together and do a nice little clip of that. So be right back. Alright, so you guys just saw all of the fun and exciting montage of installing a coolant neck housing and some additional K-Tune goodies. A couple things have changed since I shot that video. So I got rid of the oil catch can that was sitting back there where the battery box is, because I have a lovely Vibrant Performance catch can that will be going in soon. Haven't really started on that yet. I still got to order fittings and lines and things like that to make all that fit. Also, I did go back to the stock fenders, and you guys are going to see that in the racing footage, because about a couple days after all of those updates occurred, we took the car up to the West Virginia airport, the Potomac Airport in West Virginia, and we did some test hits. So it was a fun day. Got some test hits and raced a couple quick cars, and had a lot of fun, honestly. I was lucky enough to have my fiance go out there with me and shoot a lot of the footage. There isn't a lot of footage because it was more of a last minute kind of thing. They messaged me on Facebook and were like, hey, we're having a cash days event, no prep, at the airport in West Virginia, so you got until 2 o'clock to show up. And we took the car, packed it all up, put it on a trailer, drove to West Virginia, which is about a 20-minute drive from here, and had some fun with the car, did some test hits, broke something, and yeah, you guys will see in this footage coming up next. Alright, so in this race, we decided to do some grudge racing. It's been a while since I've actually taken the car out on the road. Well, not on the road, but on any type of street racing event or racing event in general. So really just wanted to get a lot of the dust off, brush a lot of the dust off of me driving. So it's been a while. But decided to grudge race a buddy of mine in his nitrous 5.0 Mustang. And since they didn't let me race in the stick shift class over at the airport because I had a 100 tread wear tire, you know, I just ended up grudge racing for the rest of the night and the rest of the day. So that was pretty fun. So let's check out this race real quick, and you'll see how this goes.
The import taking on the Ford. Both of these cars are tagged. The little Honda taking on the Stallion, the Mustang. One thing about it, we don't have any spectators in front of the Mustang. I had to get one in.
Off the line, the car spun, but I was able to get ahead, and as you guys can see, the car really pulled hard to the right. I ended up breaking the axle and intermediate shaft halfway through. As you guys can see here, I'm signaling that the car is broke. So we ended up going back to the shop, and I pulled out the intermediate shaft of a 2006 SI, drove back to the house, got the drive shaft shop axle, rebuilt that, and went right back to the races. So here's some more footage of that and the rematch against the Mustang, because he said he was spinning and he didn't want to lose to a Honda. But let's see how this goes.
I'm sitting up for a minute. I'm back.
Like, it's fun, but the fucking car went, yo, holy shit.
You did good.
Oh my god. Yo, this shit's no joke. Alright. I then get called out by 9 Second Nitrous Nova. This gives me a good chance to get an idea of how fast the car is on street tires, so let's check this out. So as you guys can see, that was one heck of a drag race. We're neck and neck the whole way. And he told me I had to hit the second kit just to get by me by a fender. So that was a great race. Well, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I know it was like a montage of everything that has happened since the last video, putting the car together, so on and so forth. There are some minor dyno tuning videos and footage that I'll be closing out with on this video, so you guys can check those out. Maybe a couple pulls here and there. Nothing out of the ordinary. But as you guys can see, there are some changes happening in the background. I might see a new intercooler and maybe a front stock bumper because I want the car to be a sleeper as much as possible. I don't need that wide front end scaring everybody on the streets or at, you know, these no prep airport events. So with that being said, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Make sure you guys go to distraction.com, get yourself some hats, t-shirts, so on and so forth. And hit that like, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment below, and if you guys want to see more street racing footage, let me know in the comments. I'm actually in the process of getting some additional GoPros. That way we can get some more in-car footage at these drag racing events so you guys can see all of the street racing, no prep racing events that I will be attending in the, well, during the remaining of the 2020 year, and hopefully continue on in 2021. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Peace.